Hey, what's up, guys? It's Coach Tom again, TL Performance. Today, I just want to comment. Um, I see it a lot. So it's really common in training where people get injured these days. That's really common, and where they find out limitations. They get older and they can't do things they want anymore, so they modify everything. And what ends up happening is, and let's use an example, make this communicated better so you can visualize. So let's talk about shoulder presses, because this was something that I was taught as a personal trainer. We can talk about bench press too, actually. When I first went to Equinox had an educational system, and they were really adamant about things you're supposed to do. And they're all on the trends. They are trend spotters for sure. I mean, that's their business model. We're going to sell what's popular. So, and these are some of the things I was taught. One of the things I was taught: don't press behind your neck, which I used to do. So when I started working out, I started lifting weights when I was 17. It's really into the bodybuilding stuff, not to compete, but I wanted to be buff. And I watched videos like all his videos, like Pumping Iron. I had his encyclopedia of bodybuilding, like I bought Muscle and Fitness. And some of those guys would do presses behind the neck. So I did that stuff for years and didn't have shoulder problems. Part of that was because I was young, because I did train excessively. But anyway, so one thing I was told is you never do that. It's dangerous. Don't press behind the neck. And then I was told at one point, I don't know where I learned this from, don't do back squats. Oh boy. And because that's bad. And then one of the things, this specifically at Equinox, that really ended up, I felt them messing me up. Basically, I felt the side effects was when I went to Equinox. When I was taught to do a bench press, you went all the way down and touched to your chest. And they said, no. You don't go past 90 degrees at the elbow, because that's when you go beyond that, you're at your weaker point. So that was the third one. And then there were so many other trends, including kettlebell. I'll just throw that in there as the fourth one that I learned a lot of lessons because of how it affected me. So number one, trends. Probably a good idea to really question them before you decide to embrace them or not. Not saying that they're all going to be wrong or not appropriate or bad or whatever that is, but they may not always be the best. And when we go, let's talk about like pressing behind the head or the bench press or the squatting. The reasons that I thought I wasn't supposed to do that is that it was bad for you, that would injure you. And you see this in a lot of people. I have bad shoulders. I can't press behind the neck. And it's not because the pressing behind the neck is not good for you. It's because your shoulders are not healthy. And what a lot of people end up doing is their joint is unhealthy, so they modify their routine. Instead of getting their joint healthy, they modify their routine. And the joint becomes unhealthier. And the range of motion available to them is even less. So next thing you know, they're only pressing here until one day they can't do it at all. They can't even move their shoulders, and they think that that's normal. That's not normal. So that's first thing. It's just an exercise. It's not bad in itself, but you do need to take better care of yourself. And that was true of back squats too. I don't even remember. What was the reason? I think the reason for it was probably the spine. They thought it was bad for the spine. And the way people do it, isn't going to help the spine, but there is a better ways to do it that don't do that and has value. And it's, maybe some people won't need to do it or won't do it, but again, it's just an exercise. And if you're having trouble with it, then maybe you need to deal with the issues you're having so that you improve your health and can do more. And then last one, kettlebell. I'm not going to go into a lot of that. It's just not something that I endorse, and that's because of doing it and what my experience was. And I really liked it, and I did it for years and taught a lot of people. And it was a lesson learned, unfortunately. But I also taught people not to press behind their back and back squat for a while because I bought into that shit. Oh, and the bench pressing thing. You are supposed to go all the way down. I mean, if you limit your range in an exercise, that's the range that you may limit your range that's available to you too. I'll just say that. I won't go into too much info on it. Anyway, so number one, whenever there's a trend, ask yourself the questions whether it's worth doing. Just because it's popular doesn't mean that it's smart or healthy or going to provide the result that you want. It can be difficult to go against what other people do. It can be very difficult for lots of people because they don't want to be an outsider and they don't want to risk being ostracized. But have the courage, because this is your body and it's your only body. You won't get another one. And no matter what age you are, taking care of it now will help you later on. And training is one way to help your health, but it isn't a blanket statement that any training will help you. There are lots of training that might not help you. So you do have to pay attention and ask questions. And then if you do make a mistake, which we all do, it's okay. I made them too. Have the wisdom to realize it soon enough that you don't do any major damage. If you don't know, you can ask me. So you can do that. You can hit me up on email, tom@tloperformancela.com, or coach.tomleggett on Instagram. You can message me there. Those are where you can comment here. And I'd be glad to help. We can have a chat. Or if you just want to say you love my YouTube, I appreciate that too. Or if you say, hey, can you address this question? I would like that too, because I do try to talk about things that I think are relevant based on what experiences I get in real life, whether it be someone asking me a question or things I see or what's happening myself. So see you guys next time. Thank you.